I have to cut. I just surprised that because both of you are combatant.
No.
Oh no, so only you.
Yes,
Oh,
only.
guys, you are really lucky. But
It
I really
takes
want to
time,
know
but
the
yeah.
woman condition there, especially from combatant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's
Banyak pihak mengatakan udah cukup lama Aceh bertahan sebagai daerah damai. Ini menunjukkan proses yang terjadi di Aceh itu sangat baik.
Baik. Hi, morning.
Good morning.
morning to.
Hi, Kate. Hi, Wilma. Right?
Yes. Hi to.
Actually, we have a lot of chat before, but now we move to this table.
Yes, exactly.
So,
This is like the final discussion.
Yeah.
first of all, I would like to say welcome to Aceh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very
why,
much.
why you explain
Yeah.
just like yeah?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not really
We're already
scary.
here for
Oh,
3 days.
okay.
I'm trying to remember what like the language of welcome was that we were discussing earlier.
Yes.
Selamat datang.
Selamat
Yeah.
datang. Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel about Aceh? Since like you told me that you already 3 days here.
Yeah.
What do you think about Aceh actually?
For me, I think the Aceh is like some similarity with our place in the Bangsamoro place. Like for example, the houses there, the trays, the temperature is somewhere similar to us, and the treatment of the people, and also the people here are similar to the people. The appearance, the hospitality of the people here is some similar to us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also the same with when you pass by through
Yeah.
the streets. It's like we felt like it's the same with our villages also.
Yes.
The food also have like almost similarities, and like coffee. Everyone loves coffee. The same also with us.
So what I can take from your statement that is like when you come to Aceh means like you just feel like home.
Yeah,
Exactly.
when we were passing from the airport in the street, it was like, oh, this is just like in our
So
In
no
our
drama.
village, in our place, like for example.
Because some people they have drama, right? Maybe something about the food, like
Yeah.
the culture.
Yes, yes.
They had,
no drama.
they had
Stop.
drama too. But
yeah.
That's a different story.
And I feel at home.
yeah.
You feel at home. Wow, nice. So,
Exactly.
may I know like what the purpose of you come to Aceh? Because I know that before we also have guests from the Philippines, but she is a student. So this is
Yeah.
quite interesting. Actually, I know, but I just want to act in front of the frame so people can know.
Yeah, maybe it's a learning exchange or learning experience. So we are from an organization which actually supporting local peace infrastructure. So it's Nonviolent Peaceforce, and we have our partner here from the League of Moro Women Organizations Incorporated. They are maybe Ate Wilma can share about the organization, but the real purpose of the visit is to understand really the peace process or the peace agreement in Aceh. So we know that you have like a peace agreement like around almost 18 years already, and we have similar situation or context in Mindanao, particularly in Mindanao in the Philippines, and it's in Bangsamoro homeland, and we are on the process of transition, and Aceh is like more of our we are looking about how Aceh handled or what's the peace process situation after 18 years. And we also wanted to, especially they are like a Moro women or women organization, we wanted also to see how after 18 years, where are the women now? Like, what's the space for the women to participate? You know, even during the peace process and after, like, it was already been like implemented. So, yeah, we can actually apply that in our what do you call this, transition. So we are starting to, or we're ongoing. So maybe like some lessons learned or best practices that you have here we can apply in our context.
Okay. So since like you already 3 days here, like, and then you came for learning process, like, what did you get? Or maybe you can tell like our viewer that how many places that you already visit. And then I mean like which organization in Aceh that you already have communicate like to learn about the learning process.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. I am Wilma from the League of the Moro Women Organization. I am the Executive Director of the organization. So with that, during the time of the transition, we have to create the League of the Moro Women Organization as our umbrella to our members in the ground, as we know that we have 20,000 plus members in the ground in the Mindanao. So we came here to learn more about how the women as involved in, especially that we have already planned to have our election on 2025. So we learn more about the experiences of the women here in Aceh, as we know that we don't like that we are in behind of the women, the men, because we know that the women here is already a part of their revolution before. So something like that we have an similar with our women in the Bangsamoro context in our place. So we would like to learn about how they started and what they are now for today, so that we can learn about the experiences of the women here before and now, so that we can be learn, and we want to like for example to adjust what happened for us in Mindanao, so we can learn the experiences of the women here, especially the combatants women, because we are combatants. So with that, we hope that we can learn more about the combatants women here in Aceh, our sisters here. So with that, we hope that if we reach or if we arrive in our home, we can imagine, or we can introduce to our colleagues there that this is our knowledge getting in Aceh. So that with that, I think we have to learn more.
Okay, sorry if I have to cut. I just surprised that because both of you are combatant.
No.
Oh no, so only you.
Yes, only.
Because in Aceh, when we talk about conflict, we also have Inong Bale.
Yes.
Guys, you are really lucky. So did you met the combatant from Aceh? I mean, like the pasukan Inong Bale already.
We will.
I mean, like these 3 days.
Schedule this afternoon again.
Okay.
We will be meeting them this afternoon.
This is very better. Maybe you can add. I mean, like maybe you can also like add some question because this is just really not good. You know, I just talk and then like he just sit here.
Actually, they will meet the combatants, especially women,
ex-combatant
from Aceh, right after the Friday praying this afternoon. The meeting will be hosted by Balai Syura Aceh.
I know.
So Balai Syura is one of our partner organization here. I am from the Nonviolent Peaceforce Indonesia. Here we identified, we using the name of Nurani Perdamaian Indonesia. So also NP for short, and Kaye is from Nonviolent Peaceforce of the Philippines. So we facilitating the learning visit because we have the experience ahead, but not necessarily means we are better
because we're still improving,
we also while we are learning by doing, also we can involve other our network, our partners from Philippines to share the experience, because we can also learn from their experience, they also can learn from our experience. So this is the purpose of the visit. And
Yeah, maybe I will add first what is Nonviolent Peaceforce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's an international non-government organization. So we are based. Our global office is based in Geneva, and we have country office in the Philippines, here in Indonesia, especially here in Aceh.
Aceh.
And then we have in Myanmar. That's for the ASEAN, and we also have in South Sudan.
Okay, yeah.
Ukraine.
In Iraq, Ukraine.
Ukraine,
Yeah. So if you try to look at the country program, it's more on the conflict affected communities or conflict affected areas. So we actually work closely with civilian protections. That's the main mandate of the organization. But we use the methodology called unarmed civilian protection. So one of that is to engage with stakeholders to work along with peace infrastructure. So in the Philippines, we were invited by the government of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front to be part of the civilian protection component of the international monitoring. It's some sort of a third-party monitoring which look after in the ceasefire mechanism. So we were more like monitoring the obligation of both parties when it comes to civilian protection. So our guiding principle is in the international humanitarian law and human rights law. So yeah, and right now we are accompanying the peace process. That's why we also work with local partners, just like this organization of the Ate Wilma. So they are like former combatant. We see the added value of women to have a space when it comes to peace process. Like, how about us? Where are as women? What's our role and how we contribute in the peace process? And the learning visit is this is supported by the UN Women.
UN Women,
Yeah,
okay.
So they have like project. It's a step. They have project with us, and and we are so lucky that they funded us for this learning exchange, and this is also to support the former or the Eks Kombatan or their organization. It's like since we are in the context of Bangsamoro, we are now in the annex of normalization. From ex-combatant to civilian life. So that's why we are trying to understand how Aceh also handled
The
that.
situation.
Especially the ex-combatant
ex-combatant.
you mentioned, and then how are they now after the peace agreement.
So maybe Wilma, you can share a bit like how do you feel right now after the post-conflict? Like actually when we talk in Kombatan side, right? Because I know that like even Aceh is already 18 years in peace, but we still on the process. Still need improve. But I really want to know the woman condition there, especially from Kombatan.
Yes. There are some challenges. As we know that we are from military, and going military into civilian or transform into civilian is not easy. There's many challenges for that. But with the help of the NP, we can, because there are so many trainings about how to handle, like for example, because as we know, we have an organization that LMOI that could be manage the 20,000 plus BWAP in the ground. So with that, we express ourselves because of the NGOs, not only the NP but some NGOs, international NGOs also working with us on how can we manage ourselves, because as we know that a military into a civilian is not an issue.
Like you need a transformation.
Transformation. You must have to transform yourself into civilian type. So, as we know that we are experiencing and staying in your own camps, and now we are staying in the community. Everything must be new to us, and it is not easy work. But with the help of those international NGOs, and one of that is the NP, we can manage ourselves through that organization. So we create, after the signing of the final agreement between the government of the Philippines and the IMALIC, we create an organization, because individually we cannot manage ourselves. Individually we can.
That's true.
Yes, the important thing is we can create as an organization with the 35 battalions. So they registered that in our in the SEC, and then after that, we plan to have the umbrella organization. That's why we create the LMOY. So that LMOY is the one who manages those people in the ground. So selecting the officers of that organization is like, for example, we have our members in the island province. So we get that officers to members of that organization from the eastern part, the southern part, the western, and the northern part. We get the officer from there, so that if there is something, like for example the project, like for example the NP have their project to us, then we are all of the 20,000 plus but be benefited. Not only because you cannot manage that in individually, as we know.
I know.
Yes. But a creation of that organization, and already it can be registered, we can manage that. So with that, all the BWAB, the 20,000 BWAB bill is it's not an easy work to manage the 20,000 plus.
Yeah.
But because of the organization that we have to create it, with the help of some organization, one of that is the NP, we can manage that. No one can go to the
normal life.
We can normalize, and we can explain how we can normalize ourselves as military into civilian. It's not an easy work. But it is easy for us because
It's
of the self.
it's also to address the chain of command, because from
Okay.
BWAB is the Bangsamoro Islamic Women Auxiliary Brigade.
Okay.
So they have to follow the chain of
Yes,
command,
exactly.
and
That's how military works.
Yeah.
So if they have this organization, it's easy for them to decide and engage without asking to the higher ups.
Yeah, exactly.
And also I think it's very important to have an organization to keep the solidarity. I mean, like, because
as part of the military, they already have the very strong
Yes.
relationship,
relationship,
because
exactly.
they have to obey the chains of commands.
Yeah.
They used to
They used to it.
in
Yeah,
this
I know.
situation. But
Okay.
when you have to
Have your own organization.
or have your,
Organization.
they start to learn how to manage by themselves, not the way of military, because they have to, initiative, how to make decisions.
They can initiate.
And also participation, which is not part of the military way of thinking, because military, command.
Command.
The system, you have to follow the order. But
Yeah.
now
You have to think by yourself.
what is the
I know.
best, and do the consultation. This is how they learn, and it needs some time to really transform from military way of thinking into
Civilian.
normal
Civilization.
civilian.
Normal life. Let's say.
This is what they are trying to do now.
I don't know if this very sensitive question or not, but I really want to
can
know. I want, because since we talk about right, because I think right now if we talk about Aceh will be okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When you come back there, seems like this
They
is
allow us to go
right.
here to say something, so maybe it's
Maybe they're gonna kidnap you. That's the question. Okay, how the government,
Of the Philippines?
in the Philippines right now, maybe give them their support, or still spy came and then because we've been through to this
the government of the
experience.
Philippines. I think the government of the Philippines
And also Bangsamoro.
the government of the Philippines could not be directly to us support. But we have to wait for the government or the BAM, the Bangsamoro government. Through there, we are waiting for their support. So now I think they are starting supporting with us. But the thing that is very we are thankful to Allah is that there are so many international NGOs coming to us
influence.
through the chain of command that they are coming. One of that is the MP who are helping with us, because that it is an abnormal life before, because even though we could not meet totally 100% with our husband, with our children, because we are staying the camp. So now, because
Military
of
camp.
Military camp.
we are in the transition, so we can be joining, happying with our husband, with our
family.
children. Just before, we cannot imagine what is the figure of the fees of our husband, because they are staying another camp for the men, and we are staying another camp for the women. So now we are staying in the community, enjoying our the childrens, our parents. So I think the international NGOs is the one of who are very supportive with us.
Well, in the question of how the government supported, actually they are very supportive.
Okay.
And very much open with engagement. So we, as organization, as Nonviolent Peaceforce, we try to engage with different ministries and partners with them, and explain like really the purpose of how we could actually influence. Really they are very much supportive.
And another one I think is there is office in the BARM that we call that the Bangsamoro Women Commission, and one of the consultant it is me. And as a consultant, they want that if there is something like, for example, they want that the help of the BWAP, so they consulted us what these beneficiaries they want to be given to them. So the important there is we have our space in the BARM.
Yes, as women.
And we know that our chief minister is one of the military, because he's our chief of staff before. So he is very well known with the BWAP because he's our boss before.
Okay.
Chief Minister is governor.
Governor.
Governor, yes.
In our context.
right now.
In our context, we call governor.
Oh, governor.
Okay. She's
So
our
they
friend,
call Chief
a very
Minister.
close friend, because we are military and he is also military. So,
And you are very lucky because Ate Wilma, like in the higher position of the military women.
You mean like
Bangsamoro.
general?
yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm shocked. So, this is more interesting. So how many type of weapon you can use?
Yes, I know how to use the weapon.
Really?
But
Yeah.
the only thing,
Oh my God!
That's the one training.
I want to know. I want to introduce you that we are combatants before, but we are not. We are very trained on how to handle it, how to use it. Everything we know that because I am the trainer. Yes, the trainer of the 50,000.
The general.
Yeah, the
guys.
trainer. Yeah, yes, I know that on how to handle it. But on the code of conduct, we are not allowed to use it. Because there is a man, as we know in the context of the women in the Bangsamoro, it's Islamic perspective. That even though that there is a man there, we are not allowed to go to the firing line. So
Some sort
as we
of
know that
protecting.
That's why they call you auxiliary.
yes, auxiliary.
Auxiliary.
We are supporting them with our, like for example, supporting them for the medicine. Like for example, if there's conflict, medicines, then foods, like for that.
So it's like when there's no men, they were
Yeah,
the
they,
last
because
Yes,
they're ready for that.
They're
but-
ready for that. But
And we are preparing for the medicine because we are trained also in how to handle
Wounded.
wounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one. Okay. This is remind me of the story, like when I was child, the Inong Bale, or
Yeah,
maybe
it's-
the
it's-
wife of the Kombatan,
same,
right?
yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly.
I don't know. Maybe this is similar. If yes, please. If not, I mean like please correct. Like woman normally cook, and then they go like everybody knows, no one to send the food, but there is place that they have to meet because by that time it's very dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Is it something like that also?
Yes, exactly.
Very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very similar.
I wish. I wish I have the experience, but this is very. I mean, like it's more
Please,
easy to
don't
talk,
go.
right?
No, you can just learn from others.
No, I mean like this is already
Without
past.
applying.
We have an experience that as we know that the Red Cross is very there's some conflict in somewhere in Camp Abubakar that there is a wounded there. As we know, wounded person could not be allowed by the military to
To pass.
With that, our women combatants in the ground get that wounded women. They bring it to the hospital, and the sadly it is a very sad experience because the checkpoint, the military checkpoint, not allowed
to pass.
to pass by.
Oh, to pass by.
But when they see the Red Cross vehicle, that's they can pass by, and the escort of that is a women, women. So if you are a women, maybe it's very easy to pass by.
Same, right?
Same.
That's why by that time also I heard a lot. Like pass food or send something. So it's more easy to act. But men sometimes even they not combatant.
You disguise with firearms. Especially women is easier.
Exactly.
But this is true. Actually, woman is really good spy. Because they know how to, adapt. Right?
You know how to adapt. And it is very important for us because women can do everything.
That's
serving
true.
a food because the military could not be. It's very dangerous for pass by them points. But for us as women, because as women, I think the military could not be touching with us because we are women.
I think the characteristic of the Wilma, I mean like the Philippine also like quite similar, right? Actually,
Exactly.
like very strong.
Talking
the way,
earlier.
How many she talk.
I was like talking earlier. That's like every people are like every day is like similar. Similar. It's like, how many times are you going to be surprised? Like, we're the same.
You see even the way like you talk, the way the intonation,
because that is our experience. Not only to story that storytelling, but that is a very experience.
A real
Situation.
Yes. Wow. Abang mungkin pertama I mean like since like you bring them here like how you also part of the right maybe but you just from the Indonesian part the organization of Indonesian part what did you find the similarities between
you already find some more similarity and I just like Kaye mentioned that the more time we spend with them the more we know that it's
similar.
More the words many things the cultural that's also behind of this visit because this all similarity can be shared among us and also maybe we can find some commons
like connections
of how we go through this how it was started in Aceh and now they are at the starting phase in Philippines and even our peace process already 18 years but maybe our former combatants, especially women, still facing some issues that they can discuss how to, because former military with former military,
they can understand.
They
have like that.
They have more bonding, right?
Yes, exactly.
So this is the objective of this. We trying to build the relationship in positive way. We hope this relationship can improve the situation both in Aceh and also in the Philippines. And we are thinking of also other contexts actually in the region like the southern Thailand. Also they have now the conflict. Still ongoing dialogue for peace there. And also if we learn, we can see so much similarity also because just this is part of the Nusantara archipelago. We share same religion, same even the root cause of the conflict. I believe also because of injustices, unequal distribution of income, for example, access to
discriminations and that.
Access to natural resources, for example. So all we can see many similarities.
Yes.
So why don't we find, a similarity also in the way we we cope with this. You know, how the informant, you know, how we can improve our, you know, situation, like doing the advocacy, meet with the government. Also, we can learn how our sisters doing that in the Philippines. Maybe we can also, you know, like doing the same. Maybe just a little adaptation with the context, for example. So this is what we are doing now as non-government organization, helping to improve the situation, make sure that peace will be a lasting peace in Aceh, also in the Philippines, and hope for also to contribute to other contexts within the region. Even now, Myanmar, we know. Myanmar also one of the hotspot in ASEAN. And our government also involved very much in you know, trying to resolve the conflict and to settle down, to have peace there. Still, you know, long way, I think, to go, but why don't we, you know, like do whatever we can at the moment to do as much as possible to improve the situation, especially in the context of civilian protection. To protect the civil.
And also the children.
Women, children. This is, you know, something that we can do right now, not waiting for peace is there.
And one thing also that we are here is to understand how the transition
process,
reconciliation commission you have here in Aceh works after the peace agreement. Because we are still on the process of transition, we also wanted to learn and understand how the transition Reconciliation Commission handled the victims.
You know, we have the Aceh Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
BRA, right?
No, it's KKR.
Oh, KKR. Sorry.
So they are in the process of establishing one. But still, you know,
still in process.
Still in the early stage. They would like to learn how the Aceh context. Now we have the commission working. What was the, you know,
the healing process?
They can
program.
learn. So this is also one thing they can learn from the experience of Aceh peace process.
So because you came here for a learning visit, right? Aceh is the first time, or maybe you already visit like another place?
For this project, at least this is
first visit.
For Aceh and specific to women.
See, bingo. You can share a bit like to our Indonesian viewer, like actually like what we are talking about in bahasa, something like that.
Intinya kan Aceh ini sebagai daerah post konflik, jadi sebetulnya udah jadi tujuan dari banyak orang untuk datang belajar tentang bagaimana Aceh melalui proses dari situasi konflik kemudian damai, dan banyak pihak mengatakan udah cukup lama Aceh bertahan sebagai daerah damai. Ini menunjukkan proses yang terjadi di Aceh itu sangat baik. Jadi kalau kita lihat pengalaman tempat-tempat lain kan, setelah beberapa waktu konfliknya kembali lagi, termasuk Filipina dulu mereka pernah melakukan proses damai melalui dialog dan mencapai perdamaian waktu itu dengan kelompok MNLF. Used to be NLF. Kemudian konfliknya balik lagi dan diperbaharui lagi tahun 2014 mereka punya perdamaian damai dengan MILF. Nah, Aceh ini seperti saya bilang tadi jadi tujuan banyak pihak untuk belajar karena dianggap ini salah satu yang berhasil di dunia dengan proses damainya ini. Nah, tentu dengan banyaknya minat ini kami sebagai NGO berusaha memfasilitasi ini, baik itu peneliti, researcher, akademisi, banyak yang mau datang dan di antara mereka ada yang memang pelaku langsung dari konflik yang terjadi itu seperti Ibu Wilma. Ibu Wilma ini kan dia seorang
jendral
anggota,
tadi ya.
Iya, betul. Dia adalah seorang pelatih militer senior, di Filipina, terutama untuk petempur perempuan. Nah, mereka punya anggota cukup banyak. 20.900 sekian anggota. Jadi ini suatu kekuatan yang besar. Nah, mereka ingin belajar ini ke Aceh untuk melihat bagaimana mereka bisa melalui proses dengan lebih baik, nggak mengulangi hal-hal yang dulu pernah terjadi. Dan karena itulah Aceh jadi salah satu tempat yang menarik untuk mereka belajar. Bukan hanya soal yang positif sebetulnya, tapi juga hal-hal yang barangkali yang negatif kan, sehingga mereka nggak akan mengulangi kesalahan yang sama dalam proses mereka di sana gitu. Ini kan akan lebih baik daripada belajar dari pengalaman sendiri, kan mending belajar dari pengalaman orang lain, walaupun itu apalagi itu pengalaman yang buruk misalnya kan. Nah, inilah yang kami lakukan. Fasilitasi seperti ini udah banyak sih yang datang, tapi memang terutama tujuannya ini lebih ke kelompok-kelompok yang selama ini memang berkontribusi dalam memelihara perdamaian Aceh. Jadi misalnya kelompok-kelompok CSO ini banyak sekali. Kita tahu KKR Aceh misalnya, itu dari awal memang ini dukungannya dari CSO. Dan ini juga yang mereka pelajari. Kemarin udah ketemu dengan KKR bahwa dukungan CSO itu sangat penting untuk memastikan proses transitional justice bisa berjalan. Karena apa? Dengan luasnya daerah Aceh, ya kan, KKR yang memiliki dukungan yang tidak memadai untuk bisa langsung menghandle seluruh wilayah Aceh misalnya. Ini sangat berkepentingan untuk dibantu oleh NGO-NGO, karena NGO-NGO ini yang memang dari masa konflik dulu sudah punya relasi dengan kelompok-kelompok korban, ya, yang memfasilitasi bantuan-bantuan untuk mereka, baik itu bantuan hukum dan sebagainya. Nah, ini poin-poin positif yang mereka bisa belajar. Tapi juga ada misalnya kan hal-hal yang mungkin dilihat sebagai hal yang kurang baik, misalnya
negatif lah ya,
yang
pandangan
negatif misalnya, ya kan, meskipun ya itu sesuai dengan konteks yang aktual di dalam konteks Aceh. Misalnya ketika dilakukan proses damai kemarin itu kan mendaftarkan hanya 3.000 kombatan. Ya kan, itu nggak dipisahkan antara kombatan perempuan dengan kombatan laki-laki. 3.000 itu semua itu laki-laki.
Ya, makanya kemarin ada kejadian pecah meja.
Nah, itu kan. Itu kan karena
I think you have to know the story. Like, I mean, like, do they know? Did you
not
share?
Yet, not yet. Tomorrow.
Maybe.
Later.
Today. Later in the afternoon session they will meet.
And
So,
they will meet.
jadi ini mungkin yang mereka harus belajar tentang itu, bagaimana sejak awal mereka ingin perempuan memang terlibat dalam proses-proses ini, baik itu proses damai, bahkan nanti kalau misalnya mereka akan menghadapi pemilu 2025, bagaimana perempuan bisa punya akses ke politik dan seterusnya, karena bagaimanapun perempuan sangat memegang peranan penting, baik itu di masa konflik maupun di masa damai. Kenapa? Mendidik seorang perempuan kan mendidik sebuah bangsa, kan itu ininya. Karena itu mereka ingin belajar dari kita.
Akak, maybe you have some view about this topic?
At the moment, what is the situation of women participation, women's rights, women protection in the Philippines?
I think when it comes to women participation, there are some challenges, but we are still like trying to influence. And women participation compared to before is there's a lot of loopholes, but now we are empowering women. And the question of how women participate is that if you don't empower women themselves, they don't know what they need to participate. So the meaningful participation is also like one thing that we are working on. Like, they need to see the problem and how they think they can participate. If we will push them to join and they are also not empowered, so that's also something that is not that impacted. But for us right now, I think it's not really 101% perfect, but at least we have how many percentage of women participating. And before we only have like 2 or 1, but now we have at least 19
19
member women
Parliament?
women
Yes,
parliament, like member of the parliament, also like the ministers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Support.
so yeah.
Ya, jadi bicara soal partisipasi perempuan sebetulnya menurut Kaye ini kan bicara bagaimana partisipasi itu menjadi partisipasi yang bermakna, bukan hanya dia mendorong perempuan punya kesempatan untuk ikut serta terlibat dalam proses-proses yang terjadi, baik itu pengambilan keputusan di dalam politik, tapi penting sekali memastikan mereka punya kapasitas yang memadai untuk itu. Jadi bukan hanya kesempatannya, tapi juga dipastikan ini akan membuat partisipasinya itu betul-betul bermakna. Ya, mereka sekarang di Filipina itu sedang dalam proses untuk memastikan hal itu. Jadi banyak kegiatan-kegiatan yang itu bersifat peningkatan kapasitas kepada perempuan itu mereka lakukan. Karena memang tadi kan cerita misalnya soal perempuan yang sudah menjadi bagian dari militer begitu lama, bagaimana mereka bisa kembali ke kehidupan sebagai masyarakat sipil. Ini kan ada tantangan-tantangan soal itu. Tapi kalau mau melihat kondisi yang sekarang ini lebih baik dibanding beberapa waktu yang lalu. Jadi kalau dulu mereka bilang paling ada 1-3 orang perempuan dalam posisi-posisi jabatan publik, tapi sekarang ada 19 tadi disebutkan perempuan menduduki posisi di parlemen maupun di kalau kita di sini istilahnya jadi kepala dinas. Jadi
Pejabat lah.
Pejabat. Jadi ini suatu yang dilihat udah cukup baik, tapi mereka berupaya untuk ini jadi lebih baik lagi gitu, karena masih banyak sekali orang perempuan yang perlu mendapatkan peluang dan juga bisa meningkatkan kapasitas mereka untuk bisa betul-betul terlibat secara bermakna dalam proses-proses yang ada di dalam pemerintahan, dalam masyarakat, dan dalam politik misalnya.
Okay. Maybe for the last part, some suggestion or maybe your opinion like about learning process from Aceh before we close. From both of you. Okay, maybe from Kate first.
I think it's a good learning experience. We also learned that there are some points in the peace process that for us we're still learning, and we still need to apply it from the Aceh's experience. And also we share like how do we approach things that from the sharing of the CSO is very challenging for them. So it's a good experience, and it's a very rich discussion that me myself also I learn a lot, especially in Aceh context. And it's really a good visit. Aside from food and coffee, we a very rich discussion, and like learn from the experiences.
How about Wilma?
For me, it's a very good visiting here because we feel at home. Another one is with our organization, because we are already on the unity. So with that, the warm, although we are not seated in the warm, but the important thing there is we are united. Whatever the chief minister will be instructed with us, we do our best to be there. Because in our organization, before that's the UAB, and now with Nidalimo, we have no challenges for them. The important thing there is we have one command, one movement, and the unity. So whatever happen, we must have to unite. For this, I think we know that the international NGOs must be separated with us, and the important thing there is they have to capacitate with us on how to handle our organization, how to handle the women in the ground, not only the BIWA, but all the women in the ground. So the important thing there is the NP will be giving us the education on how to handle our members in the ground, as we know that all the international NGOs will be separated with us after the transition. So the important thing is we are united, and we must have to gain the knowledge of the international NGOs that give it to us. We just thank you not only for the NP here in the Philippines, but all the NPs around the world, and all the exactly.
Our translator.
Exactly. Our translator is a very big, good translator, and I think I feel at home because she's like our brother in the Philippines. If she's not she's like Philippines. So she's like Bangsamoro.
Everyone look like the Philippines. If I look like we call
So with that, very big thanks for the organizer of this visiting here.
Maybe for the last question, what is your agenda after? I mean, like maybe you go to another place like to learn about the learning process, or just going back, waiting.
Maybe we can go to the museum, or we have a chance to go to the museum.
Hopefully we will.
We hope.
But going back, we will like the learning process. We can actually share it, and then it's an added value or additional points to consider in lobbying the transitional justice reconciliation commission.
Especially the DRC.
We can and also how the autonomy of women organization can be like, they can also be our champions to lobby if the Nonviolent Peaceforce is no longer in like this is also for sustainability to the organization.
Sir, maybe from your part for closing
in English or in bahasa?
English, just English.
Bahasa. Saya kira ini kan satu pengalaman yang mungkin bisa menunjukkan bahwa berkontribusi membangun perdamaian di dunia itu juga bisa dilakukan oleh masyarakat melalui NGO, bahkan kelompok-kelompok komunitas yang pernah mengalami situasi konflik pun bisa berkontribusi untuk rekan-rekan, saudara-saudara mereka dari tempat lain di dunia ini yang bisa belajar dari proses perdamaian. Jadi ini bentuk konkret dari turut serta membangun perdamaian dunia itu
pelibatan perempuan
itu dalam pembukaan Undang-Undang Dasar kita itu bukan hanya pemerintah tapi juga masyarakat bisa melakukan itu. Ini salah satu bentuknya, dan saya kira juga orang Aceh kan punya pepatah tuh, jak betruh nging bede. Dengan datang ke sini mereka akan lihat bagaimana sebenarnya proses-proses yang ada di sini, dan kami juga sebagai NP berencana nanti mungkin tahun depan satu waktu akan juga ke sana, bawa teman-teman dari Aceh untuk belajar bagaimana perdamaian di sana.
Exchange lah.
Jadi
study visit.
Betul. Jadi seperti tadi kan nging bede, apakah situasi kita setelah 18 tahun ini amat buruk, banyak yang komplain, tapi coba lihat tempat lain bagaimana situasi mereka, sehingga kita kemudian bisa belajar. Dan kemudian bisa melakukan improvement, perbaikan apa yang bisa dilakukan dalam posisi kita masing-masing ya, sebagai anggota masyarakat, sebagai komunitas, sebagai NGO untuk memperbaiki dan juga berupaya memastikan perdamaian Aceh ini akan berlangsung lama, konflik nggak akan kembali lagi dengan kekerasan seperti yang pernah kita alami dulu.
Thank you, Kaye. Wilma.
And one more thing I would want to say, like what I've learned, you do not take photo in the immigration office. I mean, in the airport, so that you will not be held in the That's a different story.
I mean, like, still dangerous. Like after this contest, like I go there and then this woman,
Exactly. Maybe we
don't say something. Don't say something. That's it. I think
it's okay. If not, like, I mean, he will edit it.
That's a learning system. Learning.
Still. So actually, it's not safe yet.
Exactly.
I got the clue. But it is okay, right? We hope that in the future, like even the Mindanao will be have really good peace like Aceh. Of course, during the process, like there is long way to go. Like everyone, even us Acehnese right now still improving. So like why we say like still improving. yeah, during this time you still find the protest, you know,
Yeah.
like some you know
Yeah.
intern conflict,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's sometimes like just like you know blow up and like
Yeah.
in the media, right? So yeah, it take time, but
Yeah.
I wish
There's
for
a
the
lot of
best
work.
for
Yes.
Mindanao and
Yeah.
for you, Wilma, Kate. Thank you for coming and
Yes,
sharing
thank
your
you.
experience. If there is later some, you know, comment or issue that can be posted, like maybe we can talk to the editor,
Yeah.
like to edit. So don't worry. So, that is job. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
too.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jika video ini bermanfaat untuk Anda, silahkan subscribe, like, dan nyalakan loncengnya.